Teacher Talking Sports, what it does, what it do, how we livin'. Probably my favorite writer on ESPN would have to be Bill Barnwell, a senior NFL writer for ESPN. Unfortunately, all his articles are ESPN Plus, if you don't have it, you're unable to read them. But what Bill Barnwell does annually is he comes up with a list of 5 NFL teams he expects to improve from the previous season and 5 teams he expects to decline from last season. So he doesn't just look at how the roster makeup is, if the team, improved in certain areas. While that inevitably it does play a role, like he said that he was going to include Seattle as a team to improve, but since it went from Russell Wilson to Drew Lock / Geno Smith, he didn't. He looks at things such as turnover ratio, like if a team is plus 20 on the year, they're much more likely to come closer to the mean the following season. Pythagorean model, if you don't know what that means, it looks at the point differential, and it takes the point differential and gives an approximation of how many games that team should win. So if a team outplays or underperforms according to Pythagorean model, he expects it to regress to the mean. Also things like fumble recovery. So if a team recovers 25-30% of their fumbles, again, more likely to regress to the mean. And records in close games, 7 points or less. If a team goes 7-1, 8-1 in 7-point games, in all likelihood, they won't have that much success the following season. So let's get into it. As I mentioned, he's been doing this annually. So I'll start with declining, but as he mentions in his article, 20 of the 25 teams he's listed in the decline have declined. Just 2 improved. So 3 had the same record. And they've declined. The teams have declined by an average of 3.3 wins per 17 games. For the improved, 20 of 25 teams improved. They've improved by 3.1 wins per 17 games. So let's start with the teams likely to decline. Starting with the Tennessee Titans, last season's AFC South champions, first overall seed in the AFC, 12-5. Green Bay Packers, 13-4, of course, lost Davante Adams. Davante Adams went to the Raiders. They also added Chandler Jones, but they were outscored by 60-something points last season. Still went 10-7. So, of course, the AFC West is a gauntlet. Won't be easy. Pittsburgh Steelers, we know Mike Tomlin has finished 500 or above every season. Well, if they get less than 9 wins and don't tie a game, Tomlin will finish under 500 for the first time. Atlanta Falcons would absolutely get destroyed last season by good teams. Were able to win against lesser teams. Of course, went from Matt Ryan to Marcus Mariota. Let's look at the 5 teams most likely to improve. According to Bill Barnwell, Buffalo Bills, Super Bowl favorites in a lot of Las Vegas sites, 11-6. Had some stinkers last year, including that Jaguars game. I don't know what happened that game, but Josh Allen looked fabulous in the playoffs. Detroit Lions, 3-13-1. Lost a lot of close games last season. Baltimore Ravens, 8-9. Nobody really faced the injury bug quite like the Ravens did last season, so you just have to assume they'll be a little healthier. I should have J.K. Dobbins back. Denver Broncos, 7-10. Of course, added Russell Wilson to be their new starting quarterback. That alone should lead you to believe they'll improve on a team that had Teddy Bridgewater / Drew Lock last season. And Jacksonville Jaguars, 3-14. We know how much of a dumpster fire the team was under Urban Meyer. Have a former Super Bowl winning coach now in Doug Peterson. So Bill Barnwell expects them to improve. So what do you guys think? Do you disagree with any of his declines or improves? I would say if I disagree with any of them, and I'm not sure I disagree because I think 10-7 might be reasonable, which would equal what they did last season. That would be the Las Vegas Raiders. I did a video earlier on over-unders, and I believe the Raiders were 8.5 or 9. I forget, but I did say over. I think Davante Adams will help big time, and Derek Carr should have a career year. Throwing to him Waller, and Renfro. But what do you guys think? What other teams do you believe will improve, will decline that Bill Barnwell didn't mention? Let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend to subscribe. Like the video, share the video, hit the bell for notifications. I'm out.